Rockies trying to avoid the sweep today in San Diego in Game 3 of this series, the final game of the road trip. The win today, the Rockies can go 500 on the road trip, though. 8-9 on the year now are the Rockies, and 12-6 are the Padres. Padres in first place in the National League West. And on the hill today for San Diego is Garrett Richards, making his fourth start of the season. 16 and a third innings pitched, 17 strikeouts against 7 walks, 14 hits allowed, and a 129 whip to go along with a 2.76 ERA early on in 2020, a 1-0 record overall. Looking for a full year of health from Richards are the Padres. David Dahl on a 4-game hitting streak. He will lead off, hitting .232 now on the year. A very slow start. He's gotten the batting average up a little bit. First pitch is a fastball that misses low. So Padres have extended their lead in the NL West with these continued wins over the Rockies. Rockies could have come in here. They were 2 games out of first place when they left Arizona and could have made a statement early on here, but have not done so. Dahl swings and misses. That's a 98-mile-an-hour fastball. Weather today, it's clear skies, just a few puffy clouds flying by, 63 degrees. Beautiful day, as most of them are in San Diego. Into his motion, Richards with the 1-1 pitch, and that's swung on and missed. Breaking ball down and in. Dahl chases one. And now it's going to be a 1-2 offering from Richards. And that's swung on and grounded to first base. It's knocked down by Hosmer, who will get to first base to make the play for out number 1. Let's look at the rest of the starting lineup for the Rockies. They're Dahl, Story, and Blackman in right field. Arenado, third base, batting cleanup. Batting fifth, the first baseman, Daniel Murphy. Batting sixth, the second baseman, Ryan McMahon. Batting seventh, the left fielder, Raimel Tapia, getting his third start in a row. And then Tony Wolters, catcher, bats eighth. Trevor Story will bat. First pitch is a check swing. It's a pitch in the dirt. Story's on a 5-game hitting streak, 176 with a couple home runs, 6 driven in. On the year, Story starting to look a little better at the plate after a very slow start for him. 0-1 pitch from Richards is taken outside. See, Raimel Tapia is getting his third start of this series, third start in a row. Desmond sitting a couple days. Blackman sat yesterday. 1-1 pitch coming now to Story is taken inside with a 2-seam fastball at 95 miles per hour. And this 2-1 is going to miss outside. Charlie Blackman waiting on deck. Pinch hit in the game yesterday. 1 pitch, 1 out in that pinch hit appearance. Back in the starting lineup playing right field today. 3-1 coming to Story is swung on and pulled foul, and we'll do it again. It's a full count now on the shortstop for the Rockies. And here's a 3-2, and that swung on and chopped foul at the plate. Three-two pitch is swung on and missed to get him on strikes, and that is out number 2. First strikeout of the day for Richards. He gets Trevor Story swinging. We'll leave it up to Charlie Blackman here in the first. 224 with a couple home runs, 6 driven in on the year. His second home run of the season came in the first game of this series in San Diego. The scoring opened early. First pitch misses low with a slider. See the pull shift on. Brian Dozier, second baseman, playing in the outfield grass. 1-0 pitch coming to Blackman. That's taken outside at 97 miles per hour on that fastball. Again, Richards was still recovering from Tommy John surgery when he first signed with San Diego. They're hoping for a full season of health from him. Ground ball foul. It was a diving stop by Hosmer, but it was outside the bag, and Blackman has a 2-1 count now. Predictable fastball count. The 2-1 hitters count pitch is taken for a strike with a slider. One more 2-2 pitch now is low and away. Nolan Arenado is waiting on deck. He's had a good series. 2 home runs in the first game of this series. It was not enough for the Rockies. Trying to avoid the sweep today are the Colorado Rockies. Blackman swings, cues one to third base, right where Machado is positioned. He throws to first, and that'll retire the side. We go to the bottom of the first. Padres due up. German Marquez needs a good start today. You can see the rough numbers on the year. The strikeout-to-walk ratio is good. 13 innings, 15 strikeouts, 4 walks. Has given up 20 hits, though, and quite a few home runs. So his ERA right now sits at 8.31. That's not the German Marquez we know. 1-2 is his record. It's a couple of really rough starts. His first start of the season here in San Diego was solid. So hopefully back to Petco Park will lead to good things for Marquez. 6-game hitting streak now for Juan Lagares. He's got his batting average up to .222. Came into this series, it was under the Mendoza line. First pitch from Marquez is swung on and pulled foul. Lagares not waiting around. Lagares also having a very good game yesterday. 3 for 4, scored a run and drove in a run. 6-2, the Padres beat the Rockies after their 9-8 win in Game 1. Padres scoring quite a few runs in this series here at Petco Park. There's a strike, and it's quickly 0-2 on Lagares. So right now, Rockies sit at 8-9. That's 4th place in the NL West. Diamondbacks are still in last place. Rockies took 2 of 3 from them to start the road trip. So they can have a 500 road trip with a win here over the Padres today. Lagares swings and fouls one the other way and out of play. Marquez into his motion. The windup in the 0-2 is swung on and popped up. Shallow right field. Blackman barely has to move. Makes the catch for out number 1. And now let's look at the rest of the Padres lineup. Same as we've seen the entire series. Lagares, then batting second, the first baseman Eric Hosmer, batting third, the left fielder Tommy Pham. Cleanup batter is shortstop Fernando Tatis Jr., batting fifth, the third baseman Manny Machado, batting sixth, the right fielder Will Myers, batting seventh at second base is Brian Dozier, batting eighth, the catcher Francisco Mejia, and then Garrett Richards, the pitcher, bats ninth. First pitch is a curveball for a strike to Eric Hosmer. Hosmer hitting .293, has seen his batting average drop below the 300 mark. After a couple of rough games to start this series, he had been on quite a tear, including against the Rockies. In the 2 series they played, the Padres against the Rockies so far this year, there's another breaking ball low. That .293 average for Hosmer does rank third on the Padres. Francisco Mejia and Tommy Pham both hitting above the 300 mark. There's a pitch down and in, 2-1 the count. So hitters count now on Eric Hosmer. First baseman for the Padres, a longtime member of the Kansas City Royals. There's a 2-1 from Marquez, and it's swung on and fouled out of play. Marquez gets the sign he likes from Wolters into his motion. The windup and the 2-2 is swung on and cued towards third base in foul territory. Arenado will go over there and make the catch for out number 2. And that will bring up Tommy Pham, hitting .338 on the year, the left fielder for the Padres. 2 home runs, 12 driven in, a .378 on base percentage. It was a slow start. We didn't see the best from Pham in that first series of the year when the Rockies opened up in San Diego, but he's really turned it on and been what the Padres thought they were getting. First pitch swing and a miss. Pham coming over in that deal with the Tampa Bay Rays this offseason. He was due a raise from the Rays in arbitration, and Rays were looking to be a little more cost-effective, so they decided to move on from Pham and go with a bit of cheaper options, if you will, in the outfield. But their loss is San Diego's gain. 0-2 pitch is taken high, 97-mile-an-hour fastball from Marquez. Marquez, also a former Tampa Bay Ray. 1-2 pitch is swung on and lined towards right field. It's going to drop for a base hit. Over to cut it off is Blackman. That'll hold Pham to a 2-out single. First hit of the day for either side. Marquez, of course, made his major league debut with the Rockies. He was a member of the Rays farm system, part of that trade where Corey Dickerson and Kevin Padlow were sent over to the Rays. Looked like Dickerson was the big name in that trade, Jake McGee and Marquez coming back, but really, Marquez has been the most productive member of any organization since that trade. First pitch to Fernando Tatis Jr. is taken for a strike. Tatis on a 4-game hitting streak, 254 with 3 home runs and 8 runs batted in on the year. He homered in last night's ball game. It got the scoring opened in the first inning. He had a 2-run home run off John Gray, and what was a rough start for John Gray, gave up 6 runs. Throw to first to drive back Pham. Pham also homered in last night's ball game, so did Manny Machado. 0-1 pitch from Marquez is a pitch out, and Pham isn't going anywhere. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Tatis missed much of the second half of 2019 due to an injury he sustained while running the bases. There's a pitch low and away, 2-1 the count. Bud Black flashing the signs. Tatis a bit of a slow start to 2020, but he's really turned it on as of late. Talked about that 4-game hitting streak. There's a swing and a ground ball foul the other way. We'll do it again. Marquez pitching from the set position. Gets ready to deliver a 2-2 pitch with Pham on first base. That swung on and fouled out of play. And with that 2-out single is on first base. He also stole a base in last night's ballgame. A few stolen bases for the Padres. Juan Lagares and Will Myers did as well last night. There's a pitch low and away, and the count goes full. Manny Machado waiting on deck. Marquez gets the sign he likes and delivers. Strike 3 called. He got him on strikes, and that'll retire the side. We're through an inning of play, scoreless. Arenado, Murphy, and McMahon due up for the Rockies in the second. Nolan Arenado off to a great start to this year. 365, 7 home runs, 17 driven in. He's got a 455 on base percentage. OPS up over the 1,000 mark. First pitch from Garrett Richards in the second inning is taken for a strike with a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. 17 runs batted in on the year for Arenado. That ranks first on the Rockies and typically does. Cleanup batter usually gets the most RBI situations, and that's where Arenado has seen most of the action this year, though he has been moved up to the number 3 slot in the order when Dahl and Blackman have had days off. End story. 1 ball, 1 strike pitch coming from Richards, and it's taken for a strike. Slider right down the heart of the plate. Mentioned 2 home runs in this series for Arenado, both coming in the first game of the series. 1-2 pitch from Richards is taken high with a 98-mile-an-hour fastball. Richards shakes off the catcher Mejia a couple times, gets the sign he likes, and delivers a 2-2. That one's high, and the count goes full. Daniel Murphy is waiting on deck. Daniel Murphy up to 324 with his batting average. He is on a tear like none other right now. Arenado swings and fouls and out of play. That was high in the zone, might have been ball 4. Arenado feeling like he wanted to go after it. And we're going to have a 3-2 delivery from Richards. That's outside and low, ball 4. He walked him. Leadoff walk to Nolan Arenado here in the second inning. Nolan really taking his walks, especially to start this year. His walk rate has improved the past few seasons. That was one of his Achilles' heels early in his career, but he's really become a complete hitter now. So that'll bring up Daniel Murphy on a 6-game hitting streak. 324, 2 home runs, 7 driven in. His on-base percentage is at 382. Really a nice stretch of hitting for Daniel Murphy. The 4, 5, 6 hitters in this lineup, Arenado, Murphy, and McMahon, are really the hottest hitters right now. Pitch to Murphy is taken high. Murphy has 6 doubles. He's now moved into second place on the Rockies, overtaking Charlie Blackman in the doubles lead. David Dahl is the overall leader on the team. Arenado is going, and the throw down is in time to get him. Looked like it might have been a hit-and-run situation. Murphy pulled the trigger and swung and missed. Arenado not usually stealing bases, but that looked like a potential blown hit-and-run situation. And it was very close, though, at second base. We're not going to have a challenge, but Arenado is going to be out. So 1 out now for Daniel Murphy. The 1-1 pitch is going to be swung on and lifted in the air to shallow left field. Coming in is Pham. He'll get there. And he makes the catch for out number 2. So quickly there are 2 outs now after Arenado's leadoff walk. That'll leave it up to Ryan McMahon, hitting .234 on the season, and he's worked hard to get it up to that mark. Really rough start to the year for McMahon. 4 home runs, 12 driven in. .296 on base percentage. The power numbers are good for McMahon early on. He'd like to see the first two portions of the slash line increase, though. First pitch curveball misses outside. Still on a stretch where he's hit 3 home runs across his last 10 games, 9 driven in over that span as well for McMahon. Homering against these Padres a couple times in that series in Colorado. There's a strike, 1 ball and 1 strike. Also hitting a home run in the series in Arizona, the first game of this road trip. Richards into his motion. The windup in the 1-1 pitch is taken low and away with a slider. And this 2-1 pitch is going to be swung on and pulled foul. Count evens at 2 on McMahon. Mejia flashing the signs into his motion. The 2-2 pitch from Richards is just a little bit low with a slider. Raimel Tapia waiting on deck, hitting his 3rd straight start. Started in all games of this series. He got a hit in yesterday's ball game. Bit of a slow start for Tapia as well, just starting to get some more action starting. Line drive base hit into right field off the bat of McMahon. 2-out single for Ryan McMahon as he continues his hot hitting. He's on his way to second base, and he's going to be out. He was trying to catch the Padres napping, but to no avail. The Rockies run into a couple outs there in the second. We go to the bottom half of the inning. Scoreless, Rockies and Padres. Manny Machado leads off the bottom of the second inning. We're in a scoreless ball game. He's hitting .234 on the year, 3 home runs, 9 driven in, a .310 on base percentage. Homered in the ball game last night, and German Marquez will try to avoid giving up the long ball to anybody in this inning. Coming in, the home run rate per 9 innings for Marquez was up over 3 per 9 innings. It's still very early in the year, but that is not the German Marquez we know. First pitch to Machado is taken low with a fastball. Machado, fairly good numbers in his career off of Marquez. 6 for 15, one of those hits a double. 1-0 pitch is swung on and popped up behind the plate. Wolters camping under it, and he'll make the catch for out number 1. Let's take a look at the rest of your Rockies defense. Left to right in the outfield, Raimel Tapia, David Dahl, and Charlie Blackmon. In the infield corners, Nolan Arenado and Daniel Murphy. Up the middle, your double play combination, Trevor Story and Ryan McMahon, and your battery consists of the catcher, Tony Wolters, and the starting pitcher today, German Marquez. As long as we continue to show this graphic, we continue to see the Rockies last place in the National League in terms of fielding percentage. They'll continue to work on improving that. Will Myers swings at the first pitch and lines it towards left center field. Tapia is going back on this one, so is Dahl. And Dahl is not going to be able to make the catch. That one's 1 hop over the wall, and that's a ground rule double for Will Myers. That's his 5th double of the season. Dahl got back there, and he got in position to make the catch, but I'm not sure if he was fighting the sun. It's a bright, high sky out there today. That'll be a double for Will Myers. Brian Dozier, the batter, he's on a good streak right now. As we take a look at the Friar, getting the crowd warmed up, riled up, ready for the Padres to break open the scoring here. Brian Dozier is the batter with Will Myers on second base after that double. Marquez takes a look over at second and delivers the first pitch high and tight to Dozier. Marquez has certainly handled Dozier in his career. He's 1 for 8 with 5 strikeouts. Small sample, but numbers are telling a story there. There's a pitch outside. 2-0 the count on Dozier. Marquez once again pitching from the set position. That was the first hit of the day for the Padres, that double by Myers. And that pitch is taken inside. Now it's 3-0 with Francisco Mejia waiting on deck. Mejia has really hit the Rockies well early on this year. And this is our 6th series of the year. Rockies have played the Padres. This is their 3rd series with them now. 3-0 pitch coming, and that's high, ball 4. He walked him. A couple men on now for the Padres. That will set up a double play possibility, though, with the catcher Francisco Mejia stepping to the plate. Good numbers for him, 333 with a 435 on base percentage, 4 home runs, 3 of them coming against the Rockies this season. Marquez takes a look at second base, delivers his first pitch inside, so that's going to be 5 straight misses out of the zone. Mejia, couple hits and 5 at-bats. One of those hits a home run off Marquez in his career. 1-0 pitch is high, so 6 straight now have missed out of the zone for Marquez. He came into this game with a very good strikeout-to-walk ratio. That was not the reason he had that high ERA on the year. It's mostly he's given up a lot of hits. A lot of those hits have also been home runs. 2-0 pitch coming, and that's swung on and missed. Curveball, Mejia chases, and now it's 2-1. Marquez looks at second base and gets ready to deliver. Swing and a miss. It's a double steal, and out at third is Myers. So Dozier will move up to second base. The double steal opportunity to get the lead runner. Myers at third base to the Rockies. Don't dash on the stash. There's a pitch outside, and the count goes full on Mejia. Tony Walters, I believe that's his first thrown out base runner of the year. His first caught stealing. Of course, he's missed some time on the injured list early on this year. That swung on and missed. Marquez gets out of trouble. Padres are held scoreless. We go to the third inning. Rockies trying to get on the board first. Raimel Tapia leads off the third inning. 143 average on the young season. Very small sample for him. He has not started the majority of the games. On base percentage at .280. Got a hit in last night's ball game. First pitch from Richards is taken down and in. Also a run batted in. He grounded into a force out, and that allowed a run to score early in the ball game yesterday. 1-0 pitch is swung on and lifted in the air towards shallow right field. It's a long run for Myers. He'll get there, though, and make the catch for out number 1. Here's how things shake out in the National League West right now. Rockies have not done well for themselves as of late. They've fallen to 3.5 games back. Padres have done well, 12-6. The Dodgers have also been playing well, so now they're only a game and a half back at 11-8. Giants in the same boat as the Rockies right now. Well, the Diamondbacks are in the cellar at the moment. Tony Walters on a 6-game hitting streak. He's hitting .348 on the young season. That pitch misses low and away with a slider. Walters did not get the start in last night's ball game. At the start in the first game of the series, got a hit then, as you can imagine with that 6-game hitting streak. 1-0 pitch. It's going to be outside with a curveball. Walters throwing out his first base runner of the year in that bottom of the second inning. Into his motion, the 2-0 pitch from Richards is taken for a strike. 96-mile-an-hour two-seam fastball from Richards. There's a 2-1 hitter's count now on Walters, and that swung on and missed. And now it's 2-2. Into his motion, the windup and the 2-2 pitch from Richards is swung on and pulled foul. Walters staying alive. This 2-2 now is swung on and missed. It's a pitch in the dirt. Mejia will have to throw down to first to complete the strikeout, and he does. That's out number 2. So that will leave it up now to German Marquez as Richards collects his second strikeout of the day. Marquez, very good hitting pitcher, is looking for his first hit of the season. First pitch from Richards is swung on and lifted in the air to center field. Going over there is Lagares. He's going to make an easy catch, and that'll retire the side. We go to the bottom of the third. Scoreless Rockies and Padres. They have their 9-1 two-hitters due up. Garrett Richards leads off the bottom of the third for the Padres against German Marquez. 167 batting average. It is first major league double, his first major league hit against the Rockies in the first series of the season here in San Diego. It's an RBI as well. Richards from the Angels was the first-round pick in the 2009 draft. Here comes an 0-1 from Marquez. That's swung on and chopped weakly to first base. Murphy will take it himself. That's out number 1. The lineup will turn over now. Juan Lagares will be the batter. Flied out his first time up, so he's 0 for 1. He's been the everyday center fielder and leadoff man for the Padres so far in 2020. First pitch from Marquez to Lagares is taken high with a 98-mile-an-hour fastball. 1-0 coming now is swung on and fouled back. 1-1 delivery from Marquez is swung on and chopped foul. 1-2 the count. So Marte hit his first home run of the year for the Diamondbacks. Not sure if that's Starling or Cattell. I believe Cattell already homered, so I think that's Starling Marte who hit his first home run as a Diamondback. 1-2 pitch from Marquez is swung on and pulled foul. His motion windup in the 1-2 pitch from Marquez is taken inside with the fastball. And that's down and in with a curveball. Eric Hosmer waiting on deck as the count goes full on Juan Lagares. His motion windup in the 3-2 is low and away. It's a 1-out walk to Juan Lagares to bring up Eric Hosmer. Hosmer a bit cooler at the plate as of late. It was really hot to start the season. Popped out his first time up today, so he's 0 for 1. But a rough series has Hosmer. We haven't been able to say that about him too much in those first 2 series of the year against the Rockies the Padres played. First pitch from Marquez is swung on and grounded outside the line at first. Hosmer, first-round pick back in the 2008 draft by the Kansas City Royals, spent the majority of his career then a couple years ago, signed that multi-year deal with the Padres. First 2 years weren't really what the Padres were looking for. It's a better start this year for Hosmer. He's really had a lot of ups and downs in his career from the offensive categories. Always been a good defender at first base, though. In the set position as Marquez takes a look over his shoulder, delivers a 1-1, and that's taken outside. 94-mile-an-hour, two-seam fastball. And that swung on and fouled the other way. Count evens at 2. Rockies, this is their final game of this road trip. When they go home for a weekend series, they will play the St. Louis Cardinals for the first time this year. It'll be a fun series at Coors Field. 2-2 pitch, swung on and cued towards third base on the backhand. Arenado goes to second for 1, back to first, and got him. Double play. Nice double play turn by the Rockies. And started by none other than Nolan Arenado, 5-4-3. No one does it better, folks. We're scoreless after 3 innings of play. Rockies will try to score first in the 4th. David Dahl, top of the order, leading off for the Rockies here in the 4th inning. Garrett Richards back to work. Scoreless ball game. First pitch down and in. David Dahl, first-round pick from the Rockies back in 2012. Made his major league debut in the 2016 season against the Baltimore Orioles. Got a hit in his first game. Was actually on a stretch where he had quite a few hits over his first few games. And battling injuries throughout his entire career. Also just getting demoted to AAA, not really given an opportunity even when he was healthy a couple years ago. 2-0 pitch is high, and now it's 3-0 on David Dahl. Trevor Story waiting on deck. Now the everyday center fielder and leadoff batter for the Rockies is Dahl. Still trying to get things going consistently on the season, though he's been better as of late. That's high ball 4 and a 4-pitch walk to Dahl to lead off this 4th inning.
Now batting, shortstop, Trevor Story.
Here's Trevor Story, struck out his first time up. He's 0 for 1. First pitch to Story is taken for a strike. Richards pitching from the set position now with the runner Dahl on first base after the 4-pitch walk to lead off this top of the 4th inning. Throw to first to drive back Dahl. Dahl, at this stage, we'd say probably about average speed for him. So the Rockies run into a couple outs in the 3rd inning. Here's a pitch outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. A hit-and-run opportunity. Arenado was thrown out at second, and McMahon tried to catch the Padres napping and go to second on a single. He should have stayed at first, probably. 1-1 pitch to Story is swung on and missed. Slider, good one from Richards. Next pitch will be number 50 of the day from Garrett Richards. And that swung on and missed to get him on strikes. That's out number 1. Third strikeout of the day for Garrett Richards. They get Story for the second time today. Story still fighting it a little bit there to start this 2020 campaign. Charlie Blackmon now the batter. He's 0 for 1. And that swung on and fouled out of play. Blackmon grounded out his first time up. You can see up to a .314 on base percentage, .407 slugging percentage. It's not awful, but it's certainly not what we know Blackmon can do. Richards takes a look over his shoulder towards first base, delivers a 0-1 to Blackmon, and it's taken low with a 96-mile-an-hour fastball. Blackmon 2 for his last 5 at the plate. Not a huge sample to work with there. Got the day off yesterday in a pinch hit appearance. Had a couple hits in the first game of this series, including a home run, though. 1-1 pitch from Richards is taken high with a 98-mile-an-hour fastball. Hitters count now on Blackmon. In the set position, Richards takes a look over his shoulder, gets ready to deliver a 2-1, and it's a strike with a slider. Two-two pitch from Richards is swung on and lined towards right field. That's going to be caught by Myers, and Dahl will have to stay put at first base. 2 out.
Up next for Colorado, the third baseman.
And that'll leave it up to Nolan Arenado here in the fourth, as Rockies have had base runners. So have the Padres. Neither team has broken through and scored a run yet. Arenado drew a walk in the second inning. Then was thrown out at second base. Very close play, though. Arenado made it closer than it could have been. Certainly not the fleetest of foot, and he'll be the first to tell you that. That's not the big part of his game. First pitch misses outside, ball 1. Arenado, those 7 home runs, ranks first on the Colorado Rockies. Ryan McMahon has 4. That ranks second. 1-0 pitch is swung on and missed. Slider, another good one from Richards. Really got the slider working here in this 4th inning of play. And the 1-1 is going to be a swing and a miss. Arenado really fishing for a slider outside. There comes up empty. Into his motion from the set position, 1-2 pitch from Richards is strike 3 called. He got him on strikes. Another inning in which the Rockies failed to capitalize on a leadoff base runner. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Scoreless, Pham, Tatis, and Machado due up for the Padres. Tommy Pham leads off the bottom of the 4th inning. We're still scoreless, Rockies and Padres. Pham got a base hit his first time up. First hit of the day for either side, that was. First pitch from Marquez here is swung on and lifted in the air towards left field. This is fairly deep. Toppy is going back. He's at the track, and he's going to look up, and it's gone. Home run for Tommy Pham, his second in as many days, 3rd of the season. That's going to put the Padres on the board first in this one, 1-0. Marquez has been playing with fire for much of this ball game, lots of base runners, and finally the Padres break through and score a run on a solo shot by Tommy Pham. Estimated distance of 358 feet, 100.5 mile per hour exit velocity off the bat. And that's how Pham greets Marquez here. 100.5 mile per hour exit velocity. Very high hang time for that one. That will bring up Fernando Tatis Jr. Next pitch will be number 50 of the day for German Marquez. And that's taken inside of the 98-mile-an-hour fastball. Tatis struck out his first time up. He's 0 for 1. Got 3 home runs on the season. Hit his 3rd in last night's ball game. Tommy Pham hit his 2nd home run of the season yesterday. Now his 3rd coming just a batter ago. 7 for his last 16 at the plate. Tatis is on a really hot stretch right now. That's a .437 average, albeit only in 4 games. Marquez delivers a 2-0, and it's swung on and missed. Marquez continuing to struggle with the home run ball early. If that's the only struggle he has today with giving up runs, we'll take a solo shot or two, as long as you can get through the rest of the order. 2-1 pitch is swung on and lifted in the air towards left field. That's going to hook foul to the seats. Count evens at 2 on Tatis. And 2-2 pitch from Marquez is swung on and flied towards right field. It's a long run for Blackman. He's not going to get it. It'll be out of play. Ben Kuchnerkavich of Purple Row along with you. I want to let you know this broadcast is not affiliated with Major League Baseball, The Show 20, or the Colorado Rockies. Tatis grounds one to second base. Drop by McMahon, throws to first, and not in time. That'll likely be an error, an E4 error on the second baseman, Ryan McMahon, who could not handle that one cleanly. By the time he picked it up, was not able to throw to first base in time to get the speedy Tatis. That'll put another base runner on now for Manny Machado. Popped out his first time up, so he's 0 for 1. He was back in the second inning when he got his first plate appearance of this ball game. Marquez takes a look over his shoulder. Runner on first base, Tatis delivers to Machado, a pitch inside. Velocity today from Marquez, that one at 98. 6 for 16 in his career off Marquez is Manny Machado. 1-0 pitch. That's swung on and missed. Tries to launch there. Comes up empty. 1 ball, 1 strike. Manny Machado wears lucky number 13. Third baseman for the Padres. And here's a 1-1. That's swung on and fouled out of play. To his motion, the windup in the 1-2 pitch is swung on and chopped foul at the plate. So a rough start for John Gray last night. Gave up 6 runs, didn't make it through 5 innings. 1-2 pitch from Marquez is swung on and grounded to third base under the glove of Arenado into left field. Toppy will cut it off. That'll hold Tatis at second base, and there are a couple runners on first and second base now for the Padres. That's Tatis at second and Machado at first. After that base hit, and Will Myers will be the batter. He had a ground rule double to deep left center field his first time up. First pitch from Marquez is taken outside. Double back in the second inning for Myers, who's trying to get those numbers back up. Really went down after he had a stretch where he played a couple series not against the Rockies. Now he's trying to inflate those numbers again as Colorado has come to town once again. So swinging a line drive, pulled foul, 1 ball, 1 strike. Myers also hitting .333 with runners in scoring position on the year. Padres starters have allowed the fewest hits in the major leagues. There's a strike, 1-2 the count. Good slider at the knees from Marquez. And here's a 1-2. That's swung on and missed. He got him on strikes. Marquez gets Myers for out number 1. Third strikeout of the day for German Marquez.
The batter, number 9, second baseman, Ryan Dozier.
Continue to see the very good stuff, and we have, no matter how rough the outings have been for Marquez through his first, now this is his 4th start. Still really good stuff and can still strike out batters with the best of them. First pitch to Brian Dozier is taken low. Dozier drew a walk in the second inning on 4 pitches. That's how his first plate appearance went. 1-0 is swung on and lifted in the air, foul and over the screen. Dozier off to a rough start to the year. He's worked that batting average up to .258. He's on a multi-game hitting streak now. Marquez takes a look at second base, delivers a 1-1. That's swung on and grounded towards short. It's under the glove of Story. Tatis going to be weighed around third. Here's a throw by Toppy to the plate, and it's not in time. Tatis scores. That's an RBI single. And that's going to make it 2-0 Padres. Steve Foster out of the dugout. He's going to have a chat with Wolters and Marquez at the mound. Rockies will use a mound visit. It's now 2-0 Padres. As Brian Dozier with that RBI single. Machado moves up to second base. Francisco Mejia, the batter, 0 for 1 in this game. Swings at the first pitch and chops it foul. Next pitch will be number 69 of the day from Marquez to Francisco Mejia, who struck out his first time up. That was in the second inning. Mejia really hitting the Rockies well this year. He's hitting all teams well, though. Marquez looks at second base, delivers an 0-1, and it's going to miss low and away with a curveball. He also very good in a brief sample with runners in scoring position this year, hitting .357. 1-1 pitch is taken for a strike. 16 of 22 pitches have been strikes in this inning for Marquez, though he's been laboring a little bit. Hasn't struggled to throw strikes, but maybe too many strikes, as he's been hit around a little bit. Some weakly hit balls, though, that have just gotten by the defense. Not his fault. Swinging a pop-up foul and over towards the seats. Marquez into his motion from the set position, looks at second base, and a 1-2 pitch now to Mejia is swung on and grounded towards second base. McMahon goes to second for one. Story return throw. That's a double play. 2 outs now. 3 outs make that. That'll retire the side. Padres push across 2 runs, one of which comes on a home run by Tommy Pham. They lead at 2-0. Rockies trying to answer back in the 5th. Steve Foster, pitching coach for the Rockies, talking it over with manager Bud Black as they are discussing German Marquez's day. He's given up a couple runs and had to pitch quite a few pitches, over close to 25 there in the 4th. Daniel Murphy leads off the top of the 5th inning against Garrett Richards. His first pitch is taken low. 22 hits for Murphy now. That's second on the Rockies. He's 0 for 1 in this ball game, so he's due. Really nice stretch of hitting for Murphy. 1-0 pitch is taken outside. Windup and the 2-0 from Richards is taken low. 3 balls, no strikes. Ryan McMahon waiting on deck. Rockies trying to get another leadoff base runner. They haven't been able to bring any of them home on a couple occasions when they've had leadoff base runners in this ball game. 3-0 coming to Murphy from Richards is going to miss low and away for ball 4 and a leadoff 4-pitch walk to Murphy. There were a couple of pitchers warming up in the Padres bullpen. One of them was Jose Castillo. We'll take a look in just a second at who's up out there. Richards, they want to be careful with his pitch count early to start the season, as he's coming back from an injury-shortened year. Ryan McMahon got a base hit his first time up, slugging .477 on the year. Again, we mentioned just those first 2 portions of the slash line is what he wants to improve upon. Good power to start the year for McMahon. Starting to walk a little bit more. First pitch misses. Ooh, called a strike on the outside corner. McMahon was a second-round pick in the 2013 draft by the Rockies. His major league debut a few seasons ago, then finally got playing time regularly for the first time in 2019. Hit over 20 home runs did McMahon. There's a swing and a chopper to short. Tatis goes to second for one back to first, and that's a double play. 6-4-3 grounded into by McMahon. There are 2 outs now.
Now batting, the left fielder.
They'll bring up Raimel Tapia as we look at Tatis start this one. Tapia flied out in the 3rd inning, so he's 0 for 1. 3 for 22 start to the season for Tapia, looking to get things going. That swung on and lines right to the 3rd baseman, Machado, and that'll retire the side. It's 2-0 Padres. We go to the bottom of the 5th. 9-1-2 hitters due up for the Friars. Garrett Richards, starting pitcher today, leads off. This bottom of the 5th inning, grounded out his first time up. That was in the 3rd inning. 1 for 7 on the year for the pitcher Richards. His one hit was an RBI double that came against the Rockies for his first major league hit in the first series of the year here in San Diego. First pitch, swing and a miss. German Marquez still out on the mound. Richards, former member of the Los Angeles Angels, had some good years with them. So swing and a miss quickly. 0-2 on Richards. Marquez trying to make quick work of his counterpart at the plate. Here's an 0-2, 75th pitch of the day from Marquez, and it's swung on and cued towards first base on the backhand is Murphy. He's got a long throw, but it's the pitcher running, so that'll be out number 1 as Marquez gets over there to cover. 49 of 75 pitches now for strikes on the day for German Marquez. Juan Lagares will be the batter as the lineup turns over. He's 0 for 1, but he did draw a walk in the third inning. First pitch from Marquez to Lagares here is taken for a strike. 97-mile-an-hour fastball. Lagares on a 6-game hitting streak. Again, had 3 hits in the ballgame last night. There's an 0-1. And that's a curveball for a strike at the knees. Quickly 0-2 on Lagares. And the 0-2 is swung on and lifted in the air towards right center field. On the run for this one is Blackman. And he'll get there to make the catch. That's out number 2. Marquez trying to have a much quicker inning here in the 5th. They're throwing close to 25 pitches in the 4th. Eric Hosmer, next batter for the Padres, 0 for 2. His batting average falling down to 283. He's got a pop out and a ground out on the box score today. First pitch from Marquez in the bottom of the 5th to Hosmer is taken high. 17 hits for Hosmer on the year. That ranks second on the Padres. Tommy Pham has the most. Higher batting average for Pham as well. Over the 1/3 mark. 1-0 pitch to Hosmer, swung on and grounded to short. This should be an easy play for Trevor Story, and that'll retire the side. Quick inning for Marquez. He needed that. We go to the 6th. It's the 8-9 hitters do it for the Rockies. 2-0 Padres. Tony Wolters leads off. The top of the 6th inning, trying to keep that 6-game hitting streak alive. He struck out his first time up in the 3rd inning. 8 for 24 start to the very good start to the year for Tony Wolters, who's hitting well. Very brief sample, though, only 24 at-bats, as you can see. Garrett Richards gets ready to pitch this 6th inning. To the left-handed hitting Wolters. First pitch is going to miss outside. 4 runs batted in over the last 4 games for Wolters. Richards gets the sign he likes, and the windup and the 1-0 pitch is swung on and chopped foul. Wolters just getting a piece of that one. Next pitch will be number 69 of the day from Garrett Richards. And here it comes. It's swung on and missed. Wolters chases a slider low and away. 1-2 now the count. And the 1-2 pitch is swung on and missed. He got him on strikes. Wolters looks out of sorts in that at bat. 5th strikeout of the day for Richards. It's the first out of this 6th inning. German Marquez will take the at-bat himself. He's 0 for 1 on the day, so he'll get a chance to pitch the bottom of the 6th, it appears. First pitch from Richards is taken for a strike. Marquez, one of the better hitting pitchers in the National League, has won a Silver Slugger Award for pitchers a couple years ago. Flied out his first time up, so he's 0 for 1. Peter Lambert also in the conversation for a potential Silver Slugger Award, though he is currently still trying to battle back from an injury. Should start a throwing program in about 2.5 weeks, it looks like. 1-1 pitch from Richards is taken inside. 2-1 hitters count now for Marquez. Into his motion, the windup and the 2-1 pitch is taken for a strike. Count evens at 2. Marquez looks a little bit more disciplined this year at the plate. Usually he's swinging at everything that they throw at him. Some pitchers just like to go up there and just watch a few pitches go by, not Marquez. He swings and misses. He doesn't get cheated. And that's out number 2. 6th strikeout of the day now for Richards as he gets Wolters and Marquez to start off his 6th inning of work. That'll leave it up to David Dahl. Dahl 0 for 1 in this ballgame. Does have a walk, though. Pitch from Richards is taken high and away. It's a 4-pitch walk to Dahl in the 4th inning. He's 3 for 9 in this series. Has a couple doubles. Again, he leads the team, the Rockies, in doubles. Haven't seen the home run power quite yet from Dahl, but the doubles power has been there. Swung on and pulled foul. 1 ball and 1 strike. We'll see those 8 doubles once again. First place on the Rockies. 78th pitch of the day coming from Richards, and it's taken down and in. Hitters count now. Bud Black looks on, hoping his Rockies offense can score at least a couple runs here over the next 3 and a third innings. 2-1 pitch coming from Richards, and that's high. 3 balls and a strike. Trevor Story waiting on deck. Story has not looked good today against Richards. He's struck out a couple times. Here's a 3-1 now. And it's swung on and missed. Count goes full as Dahl chases a slider. Very good slider today from Garrett Richards. Into his motion, the windup and the 3-2 pitch is swung on and lined into left field. A base hit. They keep shifting Dahl. He keeps taking it the other way. That one's going to get down and go all the way to the wall. It's going to be a team-leading 9th double of the year for David Dahl now. He's on second base in scoring position with 2 outs. Trevor Story will try to come through today. He struck out his first 2 times to the plate. Padres might want to figure out a bit of a different shift for Dahl. Craig Stam and Emilio Pagan both warming up in the Padres bullpen. First pitch to Trevor Story is a strike. Again, 2 strikeouts on the day for Story, 2 for 11 in this series. He's got a hitting streak going. I'd like to see that continue as he continues to try to break out of that slump he was in to start this season. Richards takes a look at second base, delivers, and it's swung on and missed. Quickly 0-2 again on Story, as he is really fighting it today against Richards. There you can see Stammen and Pagan, a couple of the better relievers for the Padres, warming up in their bullpen. A couple of setup men for the closer Kirby Yates, who's pitched in the first 2 games of this series. Correction, he did not pitch last night, just pitched in the first game. Story swings, lines one into left field. That's going to drop for a base hit. Dahl will be waved around third. Throw to the plate by Pham is not in time. Dahl will score. This is a 2-1 ball game. Trevor Story breaks through with an RBI single, cutting that Padres lead in half now. That'll bring up Charlie Blackmon. Bit of a risky move out there. That ball was very shallow. Jay Stingler, Padres manager, will be out to make a pitching change. Solid start for Garrett Richards. There's still a runner on first base and Trevor Story. That's his responsibility. Just giving up that 1 run today is Richards. And quite a few strikeouts, 6 of those as well. See if it's Pagan or Stammen coming in. It will be Drew Pomeranz, who must have just gotten up in a very brief amount of time. Didn't take long for him to get warmed up. 12 innings, 15 strikeouts, 7 walks for Pomeranz, 3.75 ERA. This is his 11th game. He's got a 1-1 record. He's the long man out of the Padres bullpen. 4-year, $34 million deal with San Diego this offseason after a very good second half of the season with the Brewers after he was traded from the Giants, where he had a rough start last year. First pitch to Charlie Blackmon is taken high. It's a lefty-on-lefty matchup. Blackmon hits lefties very well, though. It's as good as he hits righties about. Pomeranz originally made his Major League debut with the Rockies. Never was all that great for the Rockies. Really turned things on with the Brewers last season, though, striking out quite a few batters for them. 1-0 pitch to Blackmon is high, 2-0. Blackmon again had that 0-for-1 appearance, pinch hitting in yesterday's ball game. Taking a look at first base is Pomeranz and delivers a pitch low. 3-0 now on Charlie Blackmon. Nolan Arenado is waiting on deck. Pomeranz looks at first base and gets ready to deliver a 3-0 to Blackmon, and it is a low ball for. He walked him. A couple men on now for Nolan Arenado. There's 2 outs.
Now batting, the third baseman, Nolan
Arenado 0-for-1 in this ball game, did draw a walk. As Matt Strom and Jose Castillo, a couple of lefties now up in the bullpen for the Padres. 4-for-9 in this series for Arenado, 2 home runs, all in the first game of the series, 5 runs batted in. First pitch from Pomeranz is taken outside. Arenado, it's still early in the season, but .583 with runners in scoring position. That's about what you expect from him. 1-0 pitch coming now, and that's taken for a strike with a curveball. Into his motion to look at second base. The pitch from Pomeranz is swung on and fouled out of play, 1-2 the count. Arenado was also struck out today in his other plate appearance, so a couple of the true outcomes for him. Hopefully that he'll add another one of those true outcomes, the home run this time. We'll see on this 1-2 pitch from Pomeranz, and it swung on and fouled back to the screen. Looking at second bases, Pomeranz gets ready to deliver a 1-2 to Nolan Arenado, and it swung on and grounded toward second base. Dozier will flip the short way to Tatis, and that will force Blackman out at second base. That'll retire the side. Rockies push across a run. We go to the bottom of the sixth. It's 2-1 Padres. Pham, Tatis, and Machado due up. Tommy Pham leads off the bottom of the sixth inning. German Marquez still out there. He's at 80 pitches. Home run and a single for Pham in today's ballgame. He's 2 for 2 halfway to the cycle. First pitch from Marquez is taken for a strike with a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. 4 for 9 in Pham's career now against Marquez as a home run. The Rockies played the Rays early on in 2019 at Tropicana Field. There's a strike on the outside corner. Quickly 0-2 on Pham. Marquez had a very quick fifth inning, trying to do more of the same here in the sixth. Well, something to build off of today for Marquez. Had a couple of really rough outings, only 2 runs given up today. 0-2 pitch to Pham is a slider outside. He does not chase. To his motion, the windup and the 1-2 pitch from Marquez is way inside. Count evens at 2. 2-2 from Marquez is swung on and pulled foul. Hung one over the plate that time. Marquez will live for another pitch in this at-bat, however. And the windup. The 2-2 pitch is swung on and lined in the air towards right field. Blackman going over, and it's going to be foul. Close towards the line. We'll do it again. Swinging a ground ball, chopped foul at the plate. Marquez gets the sign he likes into his motion. The windup in the 2-2. He is taken in the dirt. Full count now with Fernando Tatis Jr. waiting on deck. And strike 3 called. He got him on strikes. That's out number 1. 4th strikeout of the day for German Marquez. I'll bring up Fernando Tatis Jr. Struck out and reached on an error by the second baseman, McMahon. So credited as 0 for 2, even though he did reach on the error. First pitch from Marquez, his 90th of the day, is swung on and lifted in the air towards deep left field. Tapi is going back. He's at the track. He's going to leap. And it's gone. Home run for Fernando Tatis Jr., his 4th of the season. Second in as many days for him. Pham and Tatis both homering in the last 2 ball games. It's going to make it 3-1 Padres as the home run struggles for Marquez continue early on this season. 367 feet estimated distance, 103.5 mile per hour exit velocity on that one for Tatis. We'll watch it one more time. Sweet swing from Tatis. It was a slow start to the season for him. Rockies are seeing the result of what was left in the tank that was not utilized early on for Tatis. Tapia gave that one a valiant effort to scale the wall, but to no avail. James Pazos, Jake McGee, a couple of lefties up on the Rockies bullpen. First pitch to Manny Machado is taken high with a 96-mile-an-hour fastball. Machado 1 for 2. He got a base hit in the 4th inning. He's 4 for 10 in this series. Had a home run in last night's ballgame. Also a 2-run double in the first game of the series. Marquez into his motion, the windup, and the 1-0 pitch is taken for a strike with a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. There's Pazos and McGee both up in the Rockies' pen. 3-batter minimum rule this year. A pitcher will have to face at least 3 batters or pitch to the end of an inning. No lefty specialists, though there weren't very many for the Rockies anyway. Line drive up the middle into center field, a base hit for Manny Machado. A one-out single for him as the Padres look to keep the line moving here in the 6th.
The right fielder, number 4.
Will Myers will be the next batter, and it's always kind of a frightening sight when he comes to the plate in these situations against the Rockies. Bud Black out to make a pitching change. We'll see if it's Pazos or McGee. Marquez's day is done. It was better than the previous 2 outings, so something we'll look to build off of for Marquez. Strikeout, his numbers are still there. The stuff is still there. He's just thrown a couple pitches on the heart of the plate. It's going to be Wade Davis, actually, to come in and pitch.
Number 71. Wade.
This is his 5th straight game in which he has pitched. There was an off day mixed in there. Davis pitched a 1-2-3 inning in yesterday's ball game. He has 9 innings pitched on the year, 8 strikeouts and a walk. Those are not bad numbers. Going to have quite a few hits, though. His ERA sits at 9. Will Myers is who he will face. 1 for 2 doubled in the 2nd inning, did Myers. So the Friar gets things going for the Padre faithful. Wade Davis pitching here in the bottom of the 6th inning. First pitch to Myers is taken for a strike. Myers, very good numbers off Davis in his career. 5 for 8, one of those hits a double. Myers used to be in the same organization as Wade Davis. They were both Royals players at one point. Also both former Rays, though they didn't play for the Rays at the same time. 0-1 pitch is taken low with a cut fastball. Davis shakes off once, now gets the sign he likes. Looks over his shoulder at the runner Machado on first base, delivers to Myers. It's way outside, 2-1 the count. Davis trying to get back to the closer role. Right now it's Scott Oberg for the time being. Davis working in middle relief to work his way back to form. Very good outing yesterday. And there's a swing and a ground ball hit to second base. McMahon goes to second for 1, back to first, and not in time. Myers beats it out to avoid the double play. Very close, though, just hit too softly for them to turn it. It was a nice job by McMahon to make that off-balance throw to second base to get the force. That'll leave it up to Brian Dozier, 1 for 1 in this ballgame. Also has a walk, also an RBI single. Got his batting average up to .270 now after a really rough start to the season. Throw to first to drive back Myers. First pitch to Dozier from Davis is taken for a strike. Davis used to see Dozier pitching with the Royals. Dozier in a Twins uniform. They faced each other from time to time. Another throw to first. It's high. Myers back in definitely safely. To his motion, the 0-1 pitch from Davis is taken low. There's 3 blown saves on the year, 2 in a row in that series in Arizona, which cost Davis his closer role for the time being, just trying to work some things out. There's a swing and a chopper, weakly back to the mound. Davis will throw to first and got him. That'll retire the side. We're through 6 innings. It's 3-1 Padres. Brian Dozier did not hit this home run. It was Fernando Tatis Jr. who extended the Padres' lead with his second home run in as many games. It's 3-1 San Diego after 6. Double switch time for the Padres manager Jace Tingler out there to make a change. New pitcher is going to be Jose Castillo, the lefty. 8 2/3 innings, 8 strikeouts, 3 walks. Hasn't given up many hits, a 4.15 ERA, 1-0 record. This is his 10th game.
Jose Castillo. Now playing right field and batting 9. Number 2,
Trent Grisham will take over in right field. Daniel Murphy will be the batter to lead things off in the 7th lefty-on-lefty matchup. First pitch is going to miss. It's called a strike at the knees. Walk in this ball game for Murphy. Otherwise 0 for 1. A 1 pitch from Castillo is swung on and missed. Murphy flailing at a slider. It's quickly 0-2 on Daniel Murphy. And that one's in the dirt. Murphy does not chase. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Murphy on a really good stretch of the plate right now. He's trying to keep a hitting streak alive. Batting average up over the 320 mark. Just a couple weeks ago, or a week and a half ago, he's really struggling to get that batting average up. He swings and misses at a pitch low and away, and that is out number 1.
The batter, number 24, second baseman, Ryan.
That'll bring up Ryan McMahon. He's had a good day at the plate. Had a hit in this ball game, though also grounded into a double play. First pitch is taken inside with a slider. Single came back in the second inning for McMahon. As we like to tell you, his reverse splits in his career, so just because you bring in a lefty doesn't mean you're going to get McMahon out. He hits lefties better than righties in his career. He has. 1-0 pitch is swung on and pulled foul. Daniel Murphy also hit lefties better than he hit righties, at least in 2019, his first year at the Rockies. McMahon swings and hits one high in the air to deep right field, and that ball is gone. Solo home run for Ryan McMahon. See, bring in a lefty, no matter for McMahon. His 5th home run of the season. That puts the Rockies to within a run. It's a 3-2 ball game. Nice for McMahon, 420 feet off the bat, 112.5 mile-per-hour exit velocity. Really put a charge into that one. Little doubt Myers just watched it. Only question was fair or foul, and it was fair by a good margin. Well out of the ballpark. So a 3-2 ball game now. Rockies trying to answer back. Raimel Tapia will be the batter. Another lefty-on-lefty matchup here. First pitch is taken outside with a two-seam fastball at 93 miles per hour. So a 3 for 23 start to the year for Tapia. He's 0 for 2 flyout and a lineout, looking to get things going. Tapia out of the Dominican Republic in San Pedro de Macorís. 1-0 pitch is strike. Looked a little bit low from this vantage point. Count now 1-1 strike. Pitch from Castillo is also taken for a strike with a slider. 1-2 now on Tapia. As Castillo tries to quickly answer back after that McMahon home run. To his motion, the windup and the 1-2 pitch is swung on and lifted in the air towards left. It's a long run for Pham, but it's going to go foul and out of play. Another 1-2 delivery coming, and it's swung on and slashed foul the other way. One-two pitch coming to Tapia is low, and the count evens at 2. Tapia lays off that slider. Another 2-2 delivery coming now. And that one's low. The count goes full. Tony Wolters waiting on deck. Wolters trying to keep his hitting streak alive. There's a 3-2 to Tapia, and it's swung on and fouled out of play. Tapia really working Castillo here. Wind up and another 3-2 pitch is swung on and lifted in the air towards left. That's going to go foul to the seats. Tapia handing out some free souvenirs that way. And the 3-2 again is swung on and lifted in the air to shallow left field. Pham is going to get there to make the catch. That's out number 2. That'll leave it up to Tony Wolters here in the 7th inning. Ryan McMahon gets the Rockies within a run. It's a 3-2 ball game now, and we're going to have a pitching change. Matt Strom will be the batter as Castillo reaches the 3-batter minimum. Strom, 10 innings, 9 strikeouts, 2 walks. Lefties have hit him well, 409 batting average. Righties only 238. 10th appearance of the season for Matt Strom. He's pitched quite a few times against the Rockies this year, though I suppose there's been ample opportunity as many times as the Rockies and Padres have played each other. Tapia has struck out twice today, so that 6-game hitting streak is on the line. First pitch from Strom is taken low.
Count 1-0.
To his motion, the windup and the 1-0 pitch from Strom is taken low, 2-0.
No strike.
And this 2-0 pitch is swung on and lined towards right center field. Going over is Myers. He'll get there to make the catch, and that'll retire the side. 7th inning stretch time. To Ryan McMahon, it's a home run to bring the Rockies within a run. It's 3-2. We have a special guest to sing the 7th inning stretch for us today. It's Corey Shembry.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back, 'cause it's root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back, 'cause it's root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
Double switch time for manager Bud Black. New pitcher will be James Pazos. 9 1/3 innings pitched, 11 strikeouts, 6 walks. Had a really rough go of things, as everyone out of the bullpen did on Monday evening's ball game. His ERA is at 4.82.
Number 12, Chris Owings.
Chris Owings into the ball game in left field. Francisco Mejia will be the first batter Pazos faces. He's 0 for 2 on the day. Rare sight against the Rockies for Mejia. Strike on the inside part of the inside corner. The first pitch slider from Pazos. 3-2 Padres. Ryan McMahon solo home run gets the Rockies within a run in the top of the 7th inning. Pazos' job will be to keep the Padres from scoring any further runs. Ground ball to first base. It's a fair ball. Murphy takes it himself. That's out number 1. Trent Grisham will get his first plate appearance of the day. Came in on the double switch. 235 on the year, a 350 on base percentage, a couple runs batted in. Not a whole lot of work, though, for Grisham, the former Milwaukee Brewer. Lefty on lefty matchup. The pitch from Pazos is taken for a strike. There's an 0-1. That's taken low and in the dirt. Pazos, Jairo Diaz, Wade Davis, and Carlos Estevez all got into the ball game on Monday evening and all gave up some runs. This 1-1 is swung on and pulled foul. Into his motion, the windup and the 1-2 pitch from Pazos is a check swing and a pitch outside. Grisham does not go. Two-two pitch from Pazos is swung on and cued towards short. Story up at the ball, throws to first. That's out number 2. That'll turn the lineup over for Juan Lagares now. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Lagares 0 for 2, otherwise had a walk in the 3rd inning. He's also looking to try and continue his hitting streak. He's had a very good series. First pitch from Pazos is taken for a strike on the inside corner. Lagares takes a brief look at the umpire to question the call. Pazos into his motion, wind up. And the 0-1 pitch is taken inside. 1-1 strike on Lagares. 1-1 is taken for a strike. Pazos just a strike away from sending this game to the 8th. And this 1-2 is swung on and chopped weakly back to the mound. Pazos says, look what I found, throws to first, and that'll retire the side. Good inning for Pazos. We're through 7 in San Diego and Petco Park. It's 3-2 Padres. Owings, Dahl, Story due up for the Rockies in the 8th.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Padres.
Craig Stammen, new pitcher for the Padres. Only 3 innings on the year. This is his 3rd game. 2 walks and a strikeout. Not a whole lot of work for him. Chris Owings will be the first batter he faces. First plate appearance of the day for Owings. Let's see, hitting .222 on base percentage of .364. Has not played all that often. First pitch is taken slider high, though he's played more than Garrett Hampson or Sam Hilliard. Owings has some appearances against Craig Stammen in his career. He's 1 for 5, very brief sample, not a whole lot to glean from that. Stammen, this is a setup role for him, just not a whole lot of opportunities to set things up in the 8th inning, I guess. 1-0 pitch coming to Owings is inside, 2-0. 14,131 in attendance today. That's the best number for this series. It's just a little over 12,000 Monday and Tuesday evenings. Day game today draws out a better crowd. 2-0 pitch coming to Owings is inside, 3-0 now, with the top of the order and David Dahl waiting on deck. And the 3-0 pitch will be coming from Stammen. Here it is. Outside, ball 4. He walked him. Leadoff walk for Chris Owings as the Rockies try to at least tie this game here in the 8th. And that is a good way to start. A 4-pitch walk. That'll bring up David Dahl. Top of the order for the Rockies now. Dahl 1 for 2 in this ball game. Also has a walk. Garrett Hampson's going to pinch run for Owings at first base. Hampson been getting a lot of pinch running duties as of late. David Dahl 1 for 2, doubled and scored in this ball game. His 9th double of the year. He's got 3 in this series now. That is the team lead. Still looking to have that home run power show up this year. First pitch is going to miss low, so 5 straight out of the zone from Stammen to start off his appearance today. See Arenado and Blackman on the bench still, trying to maintain a sense of relaxation as they're going to be due up to bat in a few here. There's a pitch outside. 6 straight out of the zone for Stammen now to start off his 8th inning of work. 2-0 on David Dahl. Now in the set position is Stammen, has not improved his command. 2-0 pitch to Dahl is down and in. 3 balls and no strikes. 7 straight have missed. Trevor Story is waiting on deck. And a 3-0 from Stammen is going to miss low. Back-to-back 4-pitch walks to lead off this 8th inning for the Rockies to Owings and now Dahl. Pinch runner Hampson moving up to second base. Kirby Yates and Luis Perdomo starting to warm up in the Padres bullpen now. Trevor Story will be the batter, 1 for 3 with an RBI single in this ball game. His other 2 appearances resulted in strikeouts against Garrett Richards. See the struggling numbers on the year for Story, but he's got 2 huge hits already on this road trip. Got a go-ahead 2-run home run in the 14th inning of the game against the Diamondbacks, and also an RBI go-ahead double in the 8th inning in the final series of that game. Pitch inside. 9 straight misses now for Stammen. Story 2 for 10 in his career off of Stammen. He's really struggling with his command. Came into this ball game with 1 more walk than strikeout, but not very many of either. Story lines one into left field, a base hit. There's a strike. They're going to hold Hampson at third. Bases loaded with nobody out now for Charlie Blackman. As the Rockies trail by a run, this is a very good scoring opportunity for them here. Second hit of the day for Story. And here is Charlie Blackman. Well, Stammen has hit the 3-batter minimum, but they're going to elect to stick with him as the Friars saying, hey, folks are getting antsy right now. You guys can calm down. He thinks Stammen's got a handle on things, but this is a really tough situation no matter who you're facing and who the pitcher is. Charlie Blackmon 0 for 2 on the day. Trying to get that first hit here. First pitch is going to miss low, ball 1. Very small sample for Blackmon with runners in scoring position on the year. Trying to raise that batting average, which sits at 111 right now, though. 1-0 is outside 2-0. And Arenado is waiting on deck. Really a tough spot for Stammen here. Struggling with command early. Owings drew a walk to lead off this inning. Pinch runner Hampson is on third base. Dahl at second. Story at first. Blackmon swings and fouls one the other way. 2-1 the count. Still a hitter's count for Blackmon. And a 2-1 delivery is going to miss low. 3 balls and a strike. Nolan Arenado waiting on deck. Bases loaded, nobody out. Hampson on third, Dahl on second. Story on first. Charlie Blackmon at bat. And Nolan Arenado waiting on deck. 3-1 count. No place to put Charlie Blackmon. It's a 3-2 Padre lead. And this pitch is swung on and missed for strike 2. Count goes full now on Blackmon. Padres crowd getting loud to try to will Stammen to get out of this one. 3-2 pitch is swung on and pulled foul. And the 3-2 one more time is chopped foul at the plate. Blackmon staying alive. We'll do it one more time. Bases loaded, nobody out. Rockies trail by a run. Charlie Blackmon is at the plate. Stammen's pitch is swung on and grounded towards second base. 4, 6, and 3. They'll turn a double play, but a run will score, and the game is tied at 3. Hampson crosses the dish. No RBI for Blackmon as it is a double play, so Stammen does a really good job to at least get a couple outs there in exchange for a run when the Rockies had the bases loaded with nobody out. There still is an opportunity for Nolan Arenado to bat with a runner on third base now, though. And 2 outs. Walk in the second inning for Arenado, otherwise 0 for 2. First pitch from Stammen is swung on and lifted in the air towards left center field. This is deep in the gap. And back at the track. That's going to be an amazing catch by Juan Lagares in front of the wall. What a play by Lagares. We're tied at 3 going to the bottom of the 8th.
Your attention, please.
Garrett Hampson, who pinch ran for Chris Owings, will stay in the game in left field. A new pitcher for the Rockies is going to be Jake McGee. Quite a start to the year for McGee. 0.96 ERA, 10 strikeouts, 3 walks. That's a 9 1/3 innings pitch. The lefties have hit him 346. He has not given up a single hit to a righty, however. 10th game of the season for McGee. He's really pitched well. And he's coming into a game that is tied at 3. Rockies got the bases loaded, nobody out, had to settle for only a run there in the top of the 8th inning, but they did at least tie the game at 3. Eric Hosmer, the batter, he's 0 for 3 in this ballgame. Really rough series for him after quite a start to the year. Lefty-on-lefty matchup. And the first pitch from McGee is taken for a strike. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Quickly 0-2 now. O2 pitch, that swung on and fouled out of play. Hosmer chases one above the zone. Looks like a bit of an uncomfortable at bat for Hosmer against McGee. Here comes an 0-2. That swung on in line towards center field. That's going to drop for a base hit in front of Dahl. That's a leadoff single for Eric Hosmer here in the bottom of the 8th. Go-ahead run on base now. Carlos Estevez and Jairo Diaz both warming up in the Rockies bullpen. Greg Garcia will pinch run for Hosmer at first base. Tommy Pham will be the batter. He's had a good day at the plate. 2 for 3 with a homer. First pitch from McGee is taken low. Early on this year, the bullpen has been asked to get out of quite a few situations. Some real nail-biters at times for the Rockies this year. 1-0 pitch to Pham is taken high. And that's low 3-0. Fernando Tatis Jr. waiting on deck. I've not seen McGee struggle with command very much this year. Well, if the Rockies pull off a win today, they can go 500 on this road trip. Even though they have lost this series to the Padres already. 3-0 from McGee is taken inside, ball 4. He walked him. Go-ahead run will move up to second base as Greg Garcia. The first 2 have reached here in the bottom of the 8th for the Padres. Fernando Tatis Jr. will be the batter. Nobody out. First 2 aboard for the Padres here in the bottom of the 8th. Tatis, 1 for 3, homered back in the 6th inning. Second home run in as many days. Same thing for Pham. Second home run in as many days today. Tatis lays down a bunt towards third base. Arenado's going to go to second for the force. They will just get the runner there. Gutsy play by Arenado. They'll bring up Manny Machado now. Runners on the corners with 1 out. He's 2 for 3 in this ball game. He's hitting well as of late. 2 singles today. Double, big 2-run double in game 1. Also a solo home run in game 2. So he's seeing it well at the plate right now. And Bud Black's going to call for a intentional walk. Set up the force at any base. Machado will be given the walk. And Jurickson Profar is going to be the pinch hitter. He's had a couple of really good appearances as a pinch hitter in this series. He's hitting quite well on the season. His batting average at 600 in a very brief sample. He's been the main pinch hitter for the Padres now. First pitch is taken inside. McGee's going to have to work on his command because there's no place to put Jurickson Profar. Force is available at any base. With the bases loaded, 1 out after the Rockies elect to walk Manny Machado. 1-0 pitch is strike on the inside corner. Rockies only pushed across 1 run when they had the bases loaded with nobody out in the top of the 8th inning. Bases loaded, 1 out now for the Padres here in the bottom of the 8th against Jake McGee. Craig Stammen worked out of what could have been a lot more trouble. We'll see if Jake McGee can do the same. 1-1 is swung on and grounded towards short base. Short. Story goes to second for 1, back to first, and double play. Wow, what a job by McGee to get out of trouble there, not allowing a single run. We remain tied at 3. Rockies looking to take the lead in the 9th. Emilio Pagan will be the new pitcher for the Padres here in the 9th. 7 innings, 6 strikeouts, 6 walks. 5.14 ERA. Walks have haunted him as the batting average has been low against him. 167 against lefties, 214 against righties. Josh Naylor will take over at first base. Greg Garcia had pinch ran for Eric Hosmer, but they'd rather see him play a different position, I guess, so Josh Naylor will take over at first base. Daniel Murphy leading things off here in the top of the 9th. First pitch from Pagan is taken high, 98-mile-an-hour fastball. Pagan coming over from the Rays this offseason. Had a very good year for the Tampa Bay Rays last year. A bit of a struggle to start this season with the Padres. That one's low, 2-0. Struggles from a command standpoint for Pagan. 3-3 ball game. Rockies got the bases loaded, nobody out in the top of the 8th. We're only able to push across a run. There's a pitch inside, 3-0 now with Ryan McMahon waiting on deck. Bases loaded with One out for the Padres, and Jake McGee worked out of trouble without allowing a single run in the bottom of the 8th. 3-0 pitch coming from Pagan, and that's in there for a strike. 0 for 2 with a walk in this game for Murphy. He's trying to extend that hitting streak, so he is due for sure. And McMahon, a couple hits today, one of those a home run. He's waiting on deck. And this 3-1 is going to be taken outside. Leadoff walk to Daniel Murphy here in the top of the 9th. 3-3 ball game. Ryan McMahon will be the batter. 2 for 3 home run single, 4 for 10 in the series for McMahon. One of the hotter hitters right now, Arenado, Murphy, and McMahon are who you really want at the plate right now. Swinging a foul back by McMahon. The 0-1, that's taken high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Murphy on first base after drawing the leadoff walk. Nobody out for Ryan McMahon. Pagan gets the sign he likes into his motion. The 1-1 is swung on and missed for strike 2. McMahon goes for a walk. Now he's back in there. 1-2 pitch will be coming from Pagan. Swung on and chopped foul. In the set position, Pagan delivers a 1-2, and it's swung on and fouled back. One more time, a 1-2 pitch is swung on and missed. He had him on strikes. That's out number 1.
Now batting, the pitcher, Jake McGee.
Pitcher's spot is due up. It was Sam Hilliard still on the bench, as was Elias Diaz.
Your attention, please.
And the Rockies are going to elect to go with Sam Hilliard as the pinch hitter here. I don't think John Gray has moved from that spot the whole game. He's got a good view, though. Sam Hilliard will be the batter against Emilio Pagan. 1 out, 1 on. 3-3 ball game. First pitch misses outside of the 96-mile-an-hour fastball. 167 in brief action for Hilliard, who's only gotten 1 start of the year. Otherwise, this is his 3rd pinch hit appearance of the year. "1-0 is a big sweeping curveball for a strike. Here's a 1-1 now. That's outside. 97-mile-an-hour fastball. Hitter's count now on Hilliard. And that's in there for a strike. Count evens at 2. Tony Wolters waiting on deck. There's a 2-2 to Hilliard, and it's swung on and lifted in the air towards left center field. It's a long run for Lagares, and he's going to get there and make the catch for out number 2. Murphy will have to hold it first. That will bring up Tony Wolters, so now Elias Diaz is the only Rocky remaining on the bench. Oh, Ian Desmond as well. Forgot about him. Here is Ian Desmond, by the way. He's going to pinch run for Daniel Murphy at first base. So we'll see if maybe Desmond will potentially take over at first base. We'll see. Tony Wolters 0 for 3 in this ballgame. So now Elias Diaz is definitely the only man left on the bench, the backup catcher for the Rockies. Pitch is swung on and missed. 0 for 3 on the day for Wolters as he's trying to continue that hitting streak. Go to first to drive back Desmond. And this 0-1 is a strike in the knees, quickly 0-2 on Wolters. And this 0-2 from Pagan is taken high. Here's a 1-2. That's swung on and shot foul at the plate, just getting a piece as Walters to stay alive. Pretty stressful couple of innings here between the Rockies and Padres. 1-2 from Pagan to Walters is way inside of the curveball. Count evens at 2. I believe it is now Garrett Hampson in the number 9 slot for the Rockies. So he would be the batter if Walters can keep things going here in the top of the 9th. That swung on and slashed foul out of play. Late swing by Walters, just staying alive. It's a 6-game hitting streak for Walters on the line right here. Game is also on the line, though. 3-3 ball game. 2 outs in the top of the 9th. That's way inside. Almost hit him. Again, Garrett Hampson is waiting on deck. Full count now on Walters. Into his motion, the 3-2 is swung on and pulled down the right field line. Foul. Walters playing with that right field line, but pulls it foul. 3-2 again. That one's down and in. Ball 4. He walked him. Good plate appearance for Tony Walters. That'll put a couple men on. Runner in scoring position. That's the go-ahead run with 2 outs for Garrett Hampson now. Hampson 167. I believe he's the only Rocky who has not gotten a start yet on the season. He's got quite a few pinch run opportunities, though. Be a righty-on-righty matchup. First pitch from Pagan is swung on and lifted in the air towards left field. Pham coming in. He'll make the catch. That'll retire the side. We go to the bottom of the 9th, still tied up at 3. It'll be Dozier, Mejia, and Grisham due up for the Padres. We'll see who the Rockies send out to the mound.
Your attention, please.
Ian Desmond will remain in the game at first base. He pinch ran for
Now playing first base,
Daniel Murphy. New pitcher for the Rockies will be Jairo Diaz. 6 2/3 innings, 5 strikeouts, 3 walks. It's good to see Diaz start an inning for himself. He's had to come into quite a few opportunities with a lot of base runners on and has not always stranded them there. Sometimes he has, but it's good to see him just come out there and pitch to begin an inning. Brian Dozier, the batter. He's 1 for 2 with a walk in this ballgame. Diaz, a really stressful situation here. First pitch is swung on and lifted in the air towards left field. Going back on this one is Hampson. He'll get there to make the catch. Nice running catch for Hampson. And that's out number 1. Dozier, a loud line out to start off this bottom of the 9th inning. We're tied at 3. Rockies certainly had a much bigger opportunity to score some runs in the 8th inning when they had the bases loaded, nobody out. Right now it's Carlos Estevez and Scott Oberg up in the bullpen for the Rockies. Francisco Mejia 0 for 3 on the day. Maybe cooling off a little bit after hitting in almost, I think, every game of this series. And every game the Padres have played against the Rockies so far this year. There's Oberg and Estevez in the bullpen. So 1-0 count now from Diaz to Mejia. Into his motion, the windup and the 1-0 is swung on and cued towards third base. The catcher is running, so Arenado has time. Throw and got him. Nice play by Arenado. And there are 2 outs. Here is Trent Grisham, grounded out his first time up. He's 4 for 18 on the year. Defensive replacement in right field, so Will Myers no longer in this ballgame. I don't know why you'd want to, for any reason, take Will Myers out against the Rockies, but oh well. Pitch misses. Diaz looked like he might have lost the grip on that one. It's ball 1 on Grisham. From the windup, the 1-0 pitch from Diaz is taken low and away.
2-0.
Trent Grisham, former Milwaukee Brewer. 2-0 pitch is high, 3-0. Juan Lagares is waiting on deck. Grisham had an unfortunate moment in the wild card game between the Brewers and Nationals last year as the game-winning ball got under his glove and went to the wall, and that was what allowed the Nationals to take the lead in that one. There's a pitch low and away, and ball 4, Grisham draws a 2-out walk. And Juan Lagares will be the batter. Winning run now on base. Lagares 0 for 3 in this ballgame, 4 for 11 on the series. A couple of runs driven in this series. Diaz takes a look over at first base and delivers the first pitch to Lagares inside. There's a strike, 1 ball, 1 strike. Oh, John Gray moved. He's now on the bench. Good to see he's not using his legs too much on an off day. 1-1 pitch is high with a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. Here's a 2-1. That's going to miss way outside. 3 balls and a strike now with Josh Naylor waiting on deck. He had a pinch hit home run yesterday. Greg Garcia pinch ran for Eric Hosmer. Then Naylor took over at first base. So we'll see him for his first plate appearance. That's low, ball 4. Back-to-back walks with 2 outs for Diaz. The winning run is now in scoring position for Josh Naylor. Naylor 269. That home run last night was his first home run of the season. 745 OPS for him. Righty to the lefty. First pitch is taken for a strike. The 0-1 is a strike, and now it's quickly 0-2. Diaz just a strike away from sending this game to the 10th, where the Rockies will hopefully push across some runs. A swing and a miss. He got him on strikes. Nice job by Jairo Diaz to pitch around some trouble with back-to-back 2-out walks. Free baseball in San Diego. This is the second time on this road trip, second time in San Diego this year. We're going to extra innings. We're tied at 3.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Padres, number 61,
Luis Perdomo's had a good start to the year. 11 1/3 innings. This is his 13th game at 2.38 ERA, 4 strikeouts and a walk. It's the top of the order here for the Rockies in the 10th. David Dahl, 1 for 2 double and scored a run, has a couple of walks in this ball game as well. First pitch misses high. Dahl yet to have a hit in his 0 for 5 career against Luis Perdomo. 1-0 is going to be swung on and lifted in the air towards left. It'll hook foul to the seats. This 1-1 is going to miss outside. Hitters count now for Dahl. In that first series of the year here in San Diego, Rockies had a 15-inning affair. Earlier on this road trip in Arizona, had a 14-inning affair. Now we're in the 10th here. Pitches high, 3 balls and a strike with Trevor Story waiting on deck. His motion to wind up and the 3-1 pitch from Perdomo is swung on and chopped foul at the plate. Count goes full on Dahl. Oh yes, Diaz only a member of the Rockies not to be utilized from a position player standpoint. Dahl swings and misses at a pitch out of the zone. Would have been ball 4. That's out number 1. Trevor Story 2 for 4, a couple base hits and a run batted in. Kirby Yates warming up in the bullpen in case he is going to come into a save situation. Well, he won't come into a save situation at this point. Padres will either win the game or the Rockies will. There's a pitch outside. Here's Yates. I just want to give him an opportunity to breeze through the Rockies' batting order anyway. 1-0 coming from Perdomo is high and outside. And that's outside. 3 balls, no strikes. Charlie Blackmon is waiting on deck. He's looking to atone for that double play ball he grounded into in the 8th inning, though a run did score on it. No RBI. Get RBIs when you ground into double plays. That's outside, ball 4. 4-pitch walk to Trevor Story will put a runner on now. The go-ahead run on base for Charlie Blackmon.
The right fielder, number 19, Charlie Blackmon.
Good speed as well for Story. Now on first base. Story on base 3 times today. As Jace Tingler wonders when would be a good time to go over to Kirby Yates, his closer. Blackmon 0 for 3 in this ball game. That one's high and tight. 5 straight misses now. Blackmon, very good numbers. 6 for 17 with 2 home runs in his career against Perdomo as manager Bud Black lays down the signs. .1-0 pitch is outside. So that's 6 straight misses now for Perdomo. Jace Tingler laying down his own set of signs. Andy Green, now a member of the Chicago Cubs coaching staff, not the manager, David Ross, their manager. Swing and a miss by Blackmon, 2-1. Then Joe Madden moving over to the Angels. And then Mike Scioscia is retired, I think. We think he's retired. Throw over to first to drive back Story. Now it's a 2-1 count on Blackmon. Pitch is going to miss outside. 3 balls and a strike. Nolan Arenado is waiting on deck. 1 out here in the 10th. We're tied at 3. So the first to drive back Story. Perdomo takes a look over at first base where Story is. Gets ready to deliver a 3-1 to Blackmon. It's down and in. Couple base runners on now for Nolan Arenado with 1 out. Go-ahead run is in scoring position. That's Trevor Story with good speed at second base.
The third baseman, Nolan Arenado.
Nolan Arenado has a walk in this game, otherwise 0 for 3. See, 1187 is OPS on the year, 348 batting average, a 444 on base percentage. He's trying to come through in a clutch situation for the Rockies as he has so many times in his career. First pitch from Perdomo is going to miss inside. And if he comes inside, Nolan need not worry. Perdomo's definitely not trying to hit Nolan in this situation. Remember a couple seasons ago, that bench-clearing brawl. No such cases here. There's a pitch low and away. 2-0 now is struggling with command is Perdomo here in the 10th. Rockies will try to make him pay for it. 2-0 coming to Arenado is swung on and line fouled on the left field line. Now it's 2-1. Arenado will head back and do it again. The 2-1 is going to be a strike, and the count evens at 2 now on Nolan Arenado. Two-2 pitch is swung on and missed. He got him on strikes. That's out number 2.
Now batting, the first baseman,
Ian Desmond will be the batter. This will be his first plate appearance of the ball game. He pinch ran for Daniel Murphy. He's playing first base now. 214 on the year, a couple hits in last night's ball game for Desmond. First pitch here is swung on and grounded up the middle into center field. A base hit. Story will be waved around third, and he will score. Ian Desmond RBI single gives the Rockies a 4-3 lead with 2 outs in the 10th.
the batter, the second baseman, Ryan McMahon.
We'll bring up Ryan McMahon trying to extend the lead even further. McMahon has had a good day at the plate. 2 for 4 single and a home run. Also has a walk. First pitch from Perdomo is swung on and pulled foul. Four for 11 now in the series for McMahon. Perdomo's 0-1 pitch is going to be outside. Rockies taking a 4-3 lead here. Ian Desmond getting his first plate appearance of the day. Came in as a pinch runner and delivers an RBI single to give the Rockies a 4-3 lead. Trevor Story scoring ahead of him. Now Charlie Blackmon on second base. Desmond at first. 1-1 to McMahon is swung on and chopped foul. 1-2 the count. And the 1-2, way high with a 94-mile-an-hour two-seam fastball. 25 pitches this inning for Perdomo. 15 have missed the zone, only 10 for strikes. That's not a recipe for success. 2-2 pitch coming to McMahon is low, full count. Pitcher spot is waiting on deck. We'll see if Jairo Diaz takes the at-bat himself or if the Rockies elect to go with Elias Diaz, the final member, position player on the bench, the backup catcher. 3-2 coming to McMahon is low, ball 4. He walked him. Bases loaded now with 2 outs for the Rockies as they try to extend their 4-3 lead here in the 10th. We'll see who takes the late appearance. We have a new pitcher for the Padres. It's going to be Kirby Yates to try to prevent this game from getting any more out of hand. 6 2/3 innings, 12 strikeouts, no walks. The 5.40 ERA is high. So he's given up a 3.13 batting average to righties, 182 to lefties. But when the Rockies saw him in the first game of the series, he looked like the Kirby Yates we've seen in the past few seasons. Elias Diaz is going to pinch hit, so that's the last member of the bench for the Rockies. First pitch from Kirby Yates. Takes a look at third base and delivers a strike. So we will likely see Scott Oberg pitch the bottom of the 10th inning trying to get a save. 240 batting average on the year for Elias Diaz. Got the start yesterday. And that swung on and missed quickly. 0-2 on Diaz. Really tough situation for your catcher who thinks he's going to get his day off to come in and face Kirby Yates in a pinch hit appearance here in the 10th inning after sitting all day. 0-2 pitch to Diaz is swung on and missed. He got him on strikes. We go to the bottom of the 10th. 4-3 Rockies take the lead. Ian Desmond with the go-ahead single. It'll be Pham, Tatis, and Machado, big hitters to get for Scott Oberg. Here's Scott Oberg now. ERA of 0 on the season. 6 1/3 innings, 7 strikeouts, 5 walks. The walks are high, but very good batting average against. Hasn't given up a hit to a righty yet. Tommy Pham will be the first batter. He's had a good day. 2 for 3 home run and a base hit. Also homered in yesterday's ball game. First pitch from Oberg is swung on and fouled out of play. Oberg got his first save of the year in that final game in Arizona. 1-2-3 inning was very nice to see. Swinging a foul out of play quickly. 0-2 on Pham to start off this bottom of the 10th. And the 0-2 is low and away. Slider does not get Pham to chase. And the 1-2 swung on and chopped foul. Pham got off to a slow start to this season when we first saw him in San Diego. Then he's been tearing the cover off the ball ever since. Home runs in back-to-back games, multi-hit game today. 1-2 from Oberg is going to miss outside with a slider. 4-3 Rockies lead it here in the bottom of the 10th. And this pitch is swung on and missed. He got him on strikes. That's out number 1. Oberg strikes out the first batter he faces. Rockies trying to finish this road trip with a .500 record, even though they have lost this series to the Padres. They took 2 of 3 from the D-backs. Trying to head back to Coors Field with some momentum here. Fernando Tatis Jr. will be the batter. He's 1 for 4 today with a home run. Also homered in yesterday's ballgame off John Gray. First pitch from Oberg is taken for a strike. See, a 493 slugging percentage on the year for Tatis. Good power numbers, even if he's still working on the first 2 portions of the slash line. 0-1 pitch from Oberg is taken inside of the 94-mile-an-hour fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Oberg into his motion, gets the sign he likes from Wolters. The windup and the 1-1 pitch is swung on and missed for strike 2.
Two strikes.
The 1-2 pitch. High and tight, 96-mile-an-hour fastball that time from Oberg. Count evens at 2. 11th pitch of the day coming from Oberg, the windup. And low and away with a changeup. Full count now. Manny Machado is waiting on deck. He's taking a 4-3 lead in the top of the 10th on an RBI 2-out single from Ian Desmond to score Trevor Story. Here's a 3-2 from Oberg, and it's swung on and fouled back. Mentioned those walks early on in the year for Oberg. They have not come back to haunt him yet. Did not give up any walks in that 1-2-3 save he had. There's a swing and a ground ball back to the mound. Oberg throws to first. That's out number 2. Padres down to their final out. Manny Machado will be the batter. Manny Machado, a good day at the plate, 2 for 3, 3-4-5 hitters really doing what they're supposed to do for the Padres today. A couple of base hits for Machado, 5 for 11 on this series, a very good one for him. 2-run double in Game 1, home run in yesterday's ball game. So 3 RBIs overall on the series. He is the last hope for the Padres. Rockies lead at 4-3 here in the bottom of the 10th. Oberg trying to set the Padres down 1-2-3. Getting Pham to strike out, then a ground ball right back to the mound off the bat of Tatis. First pitch from Oberg to Machado is taken for a strike with a slider. Machado 1 for 6 with 2 strikeouts in his career against Scott Oberg. Windup and the 0-1. That's in there for a strike. Padres down to their final strike now, quickly 0-2 on Manny Machado. And the 0-2. Swing and a miss. He got him on strikes. That is your ball game. In 10 innings, the Rockies beat the Padres 4-3. Jairo Diaz will get the win in this one, and the save goes to Scott Oberg. Garrett Hampson, David Dahl, and Charlie Blackmon celebrating in the outfield. We'll see who player the game honors go to. There are a few performances that really stood out in this one. First of all, Scott Oberg there in the 9th. Jairo Diaz pitched out of trouble in the 8th. Ryan McMahon had a couple hits. Ian Desmond had that go-ahead single in the top of the 10th inning. So really those are our 4 candidates, I would think. Scott Oberg getting the save. 4-3 Rockies, your final. Luis Perdomo gets the loss. That's his first loss of the year. Diaz is now 2-1. Oberg his second save. Both of them 1-2-3 innings. And the Rockies will go 500 on this road trip. Ryan McMahon will be player of the game. He went 2 for 4 with a home run and a run batted in, run scored today. Ian Desmond gets 1 plate appearance after pinch running, and he has the go-ahead RBI single in the top of the 10th. Trevor Story 2 for 4 with a walk. David Dahl, it's his team-leading 9th double of the year. For the Padres, it's Fernando Tatis Jr. getting a home run. Tommy Pham also 2 for 4 with a homer. Brian Dozier 1 for 3 with an RBI. Manny Machado went 2 for 4 with a walk. Jairo Diaz, an inning, a strikeout, 2 walks. Gets the win. Luis Perdomo, 2/3 of an inning, 1 run, 3 walks. Really lost his command there. There's 2 strikeouts and a hit. Scott Oberg strikes out 2 and gets a ground out in his second save of the year. Well, thank you for watching. Rockies head back to Coors Field for a series with the Cardinals starting tomorrow.